Hello and welcome to Big Orbit's unboxing video of the new Final Fantasy starter deck for Final Fantasy IX. My name is James, and today I'll be going through this deck, showing you the cards inside, talking about them a bit, and I'll also be doing the Type 0 deck that also comes out today, so look out for that if you're interested. Now, Final Fantasy IX is one of my favourite of the series, just because I think it's got one of the best stories, some of the best characters, and generally a pretty good fighting system as well, so I'm quite excited for this deck. So let's just open it up here. There we go. So you do get some little bits with it as well, so this is just teaching you how to play the deck and how to play cards. Actually no, this is just for the cards in general. Yeah, that's just the rules of the game. And then this is the playmat, which should teach you how to play. Yeah, I think this is a bit more about the Final Fantasy IX cards. And then you've also got about the Type 0 cards, which they do come out the same day. So it's nice that they have that as well, so you know what the other deck does as well. And then here is your field. It's pretty simple. You'll probably get used to it very quickly while playing the game. But for now, we'll go through the cards. So first of all, we have a light card, Zidane. If you control a category 9 forward, the cost of playing Zidane onto the field is reduced by 1. When Zidane enters the field, select one of the following actions. Draw a card, your opponent discards one card from his or her hand, or activate all category 9 characters you control. Now that activate skill is really good because you can attack with them, then bring him out, and then they're all activated again. So I think it's really good. The draw one is pretty good early on, seeing as he is a 3 cost, so he's not hard to bring out at all. And it sort of works well with this character being a bit of a thief. So you get 3 of that in, and 3 is the max you can have of a single form of card. You can have multiple Zidane cards, you can have a whole deck of Zidane cards maybe one day, but this specific Zidane card you'll only be able to have 3 of. So then we also have Vivi, a 2-drop fire. Put Vivi into the break zone and choose 1 forward, deal it 5,000 damage. And you can also pay 2 fire, put Vivi into the break zone, choose 1 forward and deal it 8,000 damage instead. So that is very nice, a little cheap thing to get rid of annoying cards maybe. Not necessarily getting rid of the biggest cards unless you go for an attack, they block and then you activate this. But it still helps get rid of some of the ones like Minwu that might... Oh no, sorry. Minwu is a backup. My mistake. But still, it gets rid of some of the cards that may be causing you some trouble. And you get 3 of the Vivi. Then we have Amarant. He is also a forward, a 5-drop with 9,000 power. Rest him, put 1 forward into your break zone, choose 1 forward, deal it damage equal to the power of the forward put into the break zone. So it's sacrificing 1 to deal lots of damage, potentially. I quite like this. This would work well for certain decks that have abilities that when they're broken they activate them. So Amarant is pretty cool in this, but I don't see him... Actually no, I can see him being pretty good in general. Yeah, he's a bit costly, but apart from that he is on 9,000 power, so that's a respectable amount. Then we have Black Waltz 2. He is a backup as a 3-drop, and he is EX Burst. When Black Waltz 2 enters the field, choose 1 forward your opponent controls, deal it 3,000 damage, and 1,000 more for each card in your opponent's hand. So if you don't know what an EX Burst, it basically it activates either when you do it meet its normal conditions, or it activates when it goes into the damage zone too, so it can be a sort of sneak attack. And you get 2 of him. Then you get Ranger, who is already an existing card from Opus 1. So fire and 1 and dull. Choose 1 forward and choose 1 forward of cost 3 or less, deal it 2,000 damage. So not too amazing, a bit overcosted, but you do get just 2 of those, and it's nice to have backup. And then this one is a backup as a 1 cost, and it has no skill. And you get 2 of it. Sorry, it's stuck together a bit. Samurai, 3 cost with Brave, 6000 power. So Brave means when you attack, you don't dull it, as rest it. And you get 2 of him. Oops. Ifrit as an EX burst, choose 1 forward and deal it 6000 damage as a summon, which are like the spell cards of this game. And that's 2. Sage, when Sage enters the field, choose 1 forward, it gains haste until the end of the turn. So this, I personally prefer the Red Mage because Red Mage can constantly do it, but it's a nice little thing just to give you a bit more push. And you get 2 of him. Then Warrior, it's a forward with 5000 power, and you can pay 1 fire. Warrior gains 1000 power until the end of the turn. So that's good to keep your fire backups as reserved, because when Warrior goes to attack, if someone blocks with it, you can use the abilities then to buff him up and maybe bypass the shield. So that's 2. Ninja, first strike. When Ninja is blocked, deal the blocking forward 2000 damage. So he becomes a 6000 essentially if he's blocked. And you get 2 of these. Sorry, the cards are sticking together a bit. Summoner, backup, rest, dull. Put Summoner into your break zone. If a forward receives damage this turn, the damage increases by 1000 instead. So good for burn skills, which would work with Amarant and Vivi. And this is the second color of the deck, which is water. So it's water fire, with Zidane also being light, means he can be you can pay the cost with any color for him. So Garnet, when Garnet enters the field, you may search for 1 water summon with cost 2 or less and cast it, without paying the cost. If you do not cast it, put the summon into your break zone. So it's a nice little free, let's say, Moogle, I guess, and Fairy. I believe Fairy was a water as well, so you can choose those 2. Can't choose Leviathan because he's too costly for that. But you get 3 Garnets. Quina is a forward and a 5000 power. For each card in your hand, Quina gets 1000 power and eat special. So specials can be used by discarding another card with the same name and then also paying the rest of the cost, which this doesn't, so it's just the discard. Choose 1 forward your opponent controls which has been dealt damage this turn. If that forward has a special ability or no action ability, break it. So it works well with Quina's little blue mage ability of eating the enemy when they're a bit weakened. Quite like that. And you get 3 of her, or 3 of him. Steiner is an EX burst. When Steiner enters the field, you may search for 1 category 9 character and add it to your hand. If you control a category 9 character other than Steiner, Steiner gains 1000 power. And he's a 6000, so he is a bit overcosted for a 6000 power, but the EX burst will help a lot because you can also, if you remember, activate that skill by him being damaged. And yeah, you can search for the other cards as well, so you can buff up Steiner that way. Artemisium, he has backup, or he is a backup. When Artemisium enters the field, place any number of cards from your hand to the bottom of the deck in any order, then draw the same amount of cards. Ooh, I like that a lot actually. That really, really helps. Too bad you won't see those cards again for a long time unless you find a way to shuffle your deck. But if you're in a tight situation, this card is actually really, really good. And you get 2 of him. Eiko. When Eiko enters the field, you may search for 1 category 9 forward and add it to your hand. So this is a 3-drop backup, but yeah, that's actually pretty good. They seem to be doing quite well with the putting things into your hand situation, which is very needed in this game, because cards in your hand are also a resource as well as a way to get things on the field. As well as like summons and stuff. So you pay the cost a lot of the time by discarding cards from your hand. So you get 2 of her. Mog from Final Fantasy IX. When Mog 9 enters the field, if you control a card named Eiko, draw 1 card. And pay 2 water and another of any color. And dull Mog. Put Mog 9 into your break zone and choose 1 forward. Return it to its owner's hand. Okay, so it works as a little Leviathan, bouncing when your opponent's things. I really like that. That's really useful. Evoker is a vanilla backup. Oh, there you go, fairy, so yeah, it is a water. 2 EX burst, summon, choose 1 forward, activate it, draw 1 card. So there you go, that's the ability. It doesn't seem like much, but it can actually help a lot. And you get 2 of her. And then you get Moogle, EX burst, draw 2 cards and discard 1 card from your hand. So the 2 cards I was talking about, and they do work really well with Garnet. You get 2 of her. And then you get 2 Knights. Just a 7k grade 3, grade 3, 3 CP. And that's everything out of this box. So that's for the Final Fantasy IX. Fortunately, they didn't have my 2 favorite characters, Kuja and Beatrix, but either way, they still have a nice amount of your Final Fantasy IX characters. Vivi is always a really nice one to have. And generally, the 2 work together nicely because there's a lot of breaking involved, but there's also a lot of drawing involved, so it sort of evens out. So this is a really cool deck, if you ask me. I'll probably be getting one myself, and I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. All cards you see here can be bought and sold on bigorbitcards.co.uk. And if you remember, I'll be doing a Type 0 unboxing too, so if you're interested in that, please check that out. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.